couldn't have said it better myself. Welcome all, and you join us as we are on our way to Grootfontein. We left Windhoek early the morning, and our first stop was at Otjiwarongo, where we had a quick lunch. Pretty soon we were back on the road, making our way up north. It's always fascinating to see how the landscape changes the more north you go in this wonderful country. We stopped in Grootfontein to stock up on a few supplies for the next few days, and then we made our way out to Roy's camp, where we were spending the night. After we set up camp, we took some time to explore this wonderful campsite. It's really interesting, and there's a lot of attractions that will keep you entertained for quite a while. We have done a full campsite review video on Roy's camp. I will put the link in the description below. You're more than welcome to go watch that video as well. We went to the main bar area where we sat around the fire, enjoying a nice sundowner and watching the bush babies jumping from tree to tree. After buying some delicious Namibian meat, we made our way to the watering hole to see if we could see any animals. Unfortunately, there were none to be seen that night. Next morning, we had a balanced breakfast consisting of coffee and rusks before we hit the road on our way to Chimkwe Lodge. It is a gravel road the whole way from Roy's camp to Tsumkwe, and some parts of the road are quite corrugated and bad, but overall it was an easy drive. It's also worthwhile taking note that there is a veterinary post on this road where they will look for meat and they will confiscate it. We did make a stop along the way to take in the sights that surround us. We arrived at Chimkwe Lodge and set up camp for the next 2 nights. The campsites are nice and roomy, and it also has electricity. Another added bonus is it comes with a beautiful sunrise every morning. We woke up quite excited because we are going to the Khaudum National Park. It's one of the few places we haven't actually visited before in Namibia, so we were really excited to go. It's about 40 minutes drive on a good gravel road to reach the Khaudum from Chimkwe, and at the gates we were pleasantly surprised. It's incredibly neat and tidy and well looked after. After signing in and paying our park fees and chatting to one of the most friendliest game rangers I've ever met in my life, we made our way into the Khaudum. The majority of the roads in the park is 2-spoor tracks, and most of them can get tricky at stages. You do require a 4x4 to go through. It is quite a remote park as well, so it is recommended that you do go at least 2 cars together if you're going. And with COVID and the travel ban over the past few years, we could really see it's become a bit overgrown, but it really adds to that great bush experience. We stopped at the Umuramba watering hole to be on the lookout for some animals, and it wasn't long before we were greeted by the big old elephant. We did actually see a decent amount of wildlife as we made our way through the park today. The rest of the day we just spent driving around and exploring this beautiful park. On our way back, we stopped at one more waterhole where we were greeted by a lonely warthog just bidding us farewell. As the sun was starting to go down, we made our way for the gate where we greeted the game ranger farewell, took some final few photos and made our way back to camp. On our way back, we experienced one of the most beautiful sunsets I've ever seen in my life, and I have seen a few in my life. Back at camp, we had an Amarula shot on the day we had and just reminisced about the Khaudum and its awesomeness. Join us next time as we make our way through the Etosha National Park and we experience the vastness and the emptiness that is the Messam crater. Thank you very much for watching. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this. Subscribe to the channel, it really helps us. Also, go check out our website. The link is in the description below. Until next time, happy camping.